What up, y'all? So, as y'all can tell, man, it's been a gang of boxing going on, man. The month of April was just popping, bro. Like, we had so many fights, bro. We had the Earl and Ugas. We had the Lubin and Fundora. Both of those fights was the most brutal fights of the month of April. Then we had, who else? We had that Shakur fight. Shakur, Oscar Valdez. That was for a belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit getting real, bro. Then we had, who else? We had the girls fighting. I still gotta watch that, y'all, so I can talk about that. I'm definitely gonna watch that probably today. Shit, probably when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna watch that. So, we had that fight. Man, we just had a gang of fight. I probably can't think of the rest on top of my head, but we had some good fights. Now, the month of May coming up, and we got some more good ass fights. And I think the first guy to kick it off, if I'm not mistaken, next week, Jermell Charlo, and either next week or the week after that, one of them. I think the 14, 11, something like that. But it's coming up. I ain't gonna miss. Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano rematch, man. The first fight was a draw. And Jermell Charlo, man, he showed me when he had these laps or hiccups or whatever, you know, like for instance, he fought Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison beat him the first time, and then he came back, got the knockout. You know, now he doing this with Castano. I feel like he ain't prepared all the right with Castano the first go around. So I believe this time he get the knockout. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the knockout because he showed me he can adjust and correct to some shit when he go back to the drawing board with Derrick James to come back. The first time around, right, I remember, I think the Earl and Pacquiao situation was going on, right? So I'm not sure what Jermell was doing, going back and forth to his city, to their city. I don't really know too much about that, but what I do know is he was training with this other guy whose last name is Guzman. So I forgot his first name, but he was working with him, and he was working with Derrick James probably a little bit. So it just seemed like he wasn't all the way locked in, but that was his fault, you know, because it was other things inside the fight he was doing wrong, like stand against the ropes, letting Castano just punch his ass out. Like, Castano work on the ropes, even if everything ain't landed cleanly, then if you don't know, you still losing the fucking round because those are points. He landed points. He's scoring points. You ain't doing nothing. You being too defensive. You laying on the ropes. Derrick James telling him things to do. He just wasn't doing it. So, you know, can't change what happened because it ended up being a draw, which a lot of people thought Castano won. But either way, they locking horns again, rematch, and this shit gonna be big. You know, if Jermell can pull this shit out, especially with a knockout, because he rocked him a couple times. He just gotta correct some shit, stay off them ropes, you know, back his ass up, and don't let him, you know, at least wrap him up. You know, if he working too much like he was, where you can't handle, clinch him, tie him up, turn him, get his ass against the rope, start going to the body a little more. But I can't tell him to go to the body a little more because that ain't really their identity. Him and his brother, they headhunters. Even though he stopped Rosario to the body with a fucking jab, but that's because he didn't already then shook him up. He moved around the ring like a shake. He just shook him up. He moved around the ring a lot, make him chase him. Well, make him follow him because he ain't all off the ring. He just come follow you with the jab, right hand, and left hook to the body. Strong ass dude. J-Rock fucked up by staying in the middle of the ring with him. Trying to trade with him. Dude just too damn strong. Jermell shook him up a little bit, and then, you know, he landed some hard shots on him, dropped him, and then hit him with the body shot. The boy had a fucking seizure. So if he can do something like that against Castano, I don't think Castano gonna drop with no body shot though. Not no jab at that, maybe some horn shit, but not no jab. I think he need to go to the body early, use the jab, shake him up some, utilize the ring, because Jermell got some good ass foot movement, and then, get on his ass, knock his ass out, do what he do. I think he can win this fight, man. Them guys good at going back to the drawing board, coming back better. We gotta give him credit for that. It seemed like his energy different for this fight. He really want to win. He already saying he gonna knock him out, so I believe him. Because he did it with Tony Harrison, even though Tony Harrison was, he got stamina issues. He gassed out in the later half of the fight. When it comes to the championship round, he be tired as hell. And he started, playing around trying to disguise that he was tired, because people don't know what he was doing. I know he was tired as fuck. So he started doing little dances and playing and shit, trying to act like he was in control, but he was tired as fuck. Jermell caught his ass with the hook, inside hook, and he was done for now. Because once Jermell hurt you, you pretty much out of there. You know what I'm saying, to be honest. But Jermell can definitely bounce back, beat this dude, man. This dude ain't all that. He good. He throw a lot of punches. He come behind the full guard. He good. Don't get me wrong. He got one over Earl in the amateurs. He good. But Jermell can beat him. That's just my thoughts on that situation, man. I can't wait till that fight. We're gonna live stream during that fight. You already know we on that shit. So, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I got Jermell knocking that dude out this time around, hopefully. So, everything should go how it's supposed to go. Because after things I done seen, it is what it is, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.